Hey Laura and Dave, this is Max. I hope this video finds you well. I feel really bad that I haven't talked to you guys in so long. Seems like the last time we met was for dinner at Hacienda, and I don't even know when that was. Hopefully we'll catch up soon. The first thing I do when I do a market analysis is I look in public records and I get all of the stats on the specific house. At any time through this video, you can hit pause and take a longer look at what's on the screen and restart. I come up with the square footage, the beds, the baths, the year, all of the physical details about the house. I think one thing interesting that I saw in this as I was reviewing it was that SE guy took out a $1.5 million small business loan on that house in August. August? No, July. And then you guys bought the house in November for about a third of what he took out that loan for. He took it out for 3 times the value. I don't know how that works, but kind of interesting. So I take the stats from the house and then I go to the MLS and I pull up the comps. And these are the comps that I got for your house. I was looking for the best comps with active and the withdrawn and expireds. Those really don't apply. There was 2 that expired and they were put back on the market, and they are in this group as far as one is active and one actually sold. Coming soon, there were no coming soons. So I'm looking for the most accurate data, and that's within the last 3 months. Now, a lot has happened with the COVID-19 thing that we'll talk about in a little bit. 90 days, the map area that I'm looking at is just this real simple area right around your place in Castle Pines. And these are the comps that I came up with. So with the results, I'm going to send you all of these comps so that you can look at them if you wish. On your own, you can scroll through the photographs and see how they're finished and how the finish compares to yours. I don't think I've been in your house since it was totally finished. The work was totally done, all of the work that you had pretty immediately after it was purchased. So I will send you all these comps. You can click on them. These 2 in Hidden Pond are smaller homes than yours. The square footage is the same or similar, but the living spaces are totally different. So, this might be yours. This is very similar to your house. I would have to come see your house and compare. The one thing that I saw is that it has that bar that you guys got rid of. So it's obviously built by the same builder. But I think that the living area in these 2 and these 2 on Hidden Pond Place are much closer to I-25. And so even though that looks similar to yours, the garage is different. The patio obviously is different. And this one has a much smaller living room. And then the kitchen was much smaller. There's the kitchen. So anyway, you'll be able to scroll through those to see the houses and to scroll through the photos. So I'm going to send all these to you. And so I take this data and I download it into my own spreadsheet so I can organize it so it makes sense to me. And so out of the 2 actives, they're being priced right there in the mid 7s. You purchased yours for $562. Very similar beds, very similar in baths, very similar in the above ground square footage. The total square footage and the finished square footage is about 400 square feet smaller. In this product, these patio homes in the Castle Pines, I don't think that that's that big of a deal. 400 square feet in this product isn't a big deal. If it was a little house in Aurora, it would be a big deal. But these houses typically have 2 people living in them, and they're big. And so yours is big, and this one is also big. The finish in the basement, you guys have that large room that is the storage room, and that's not a bad thing. To have an unfinished storage space is kind of a nice thing in a house that has everything else that you want anyway. It's nice to have that storage. So the one that's pending, we don't know if these are pie in the sky. I don't think that they are. There's the price per square footage total, finished, and above ground square footage, or price per square feet, and then the days in the MLS. I think that these are probably accurate, but the COVID-19 thing is, in my estimation, going to be a turning point for the market. I don't think it's going to turn as quickly as when the terrorists flew the airplanes into the Twin Towers. That was quick. People are still very optimistic that we can pull out of this thing. We're going to be getting rid of the stay-at-home order on Monday, and we're going to see what kind of businesses and see what comes back. And so people are still very optimistic. If there's a big spike in the COVID-19 cases and we have a secondary shutdown, that is going to really impact things. So, it's all speculation, but that's the way I feel about it. The pending, that one is under contract. They were asking $789, and we don't know what the contract is. We won't know what the contract is and the sale price is until it sells and is recorded with the county. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't close at the end of this month, so in April, in the next week or two. And here's how it compares to yours: a little bit smaller in the beds, the same amount of baths, and very similar in square footage above and all of the square footage categories. Again, it's under contract. They were asking this amount when it went under contract. The contract probably isn't exactly that price, but I'm not sure how much they would have come down in 32 days. Maybe not a lot. The solds, guys like Reno are typically, the appraisers are looking at solds because these are real numbers. These numbers are recorded with the county, and they actually sold for these prices. And this is what these are the numbers appraisers use. This could be pie in the sky. These could be pie in the sky. We're not sure where these are going to end up when they sell, but these are solid numbers. These solid numbers, they're, again, very comparable. A little less bedrooms, a little bit more bathrooms. Very similar in size above grade square footage. Very similar in size finished square footage. Very similar in size for the total. So really good comps, and geographically very close. Mid-sevens here in the solds and mid-sevens in the actives. So in our current market, with so much unknown, these actives are where you're going to really need to be in competition with. So besides geeking out on the stats on the public records and in the MLS, all these spreadsheets. I would also, if you decide to put yours on the market, I would also look at these two and go tour them and see how they compare with yours, so that if you do decide to go on the market right from the beginning, you're in a competitive place and you know how they compare and what yours has or doesn't have in comparison to theirs, and you can adjust the price accordingly. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to send you this information right here, and I'm going to send you the comps so that you can peruse the photos if you wish. And if you come up with any questions, by all means, give me a call. Again, hope everything's going good with you guys, and I will be in touch.